Alright, if you clicked on this video, you're probably like 18, 25, 20 years old, whatever, right? And you're about to click off because you see some young kid can't even do his bed, horrible shit lighting, horrible quality, whatever, right? And I'm here to just be brutally honest, go on a rant, tell you guys my perspective to things, to change your perspective, make you become someone, to do something, to try to, discover yourself. And I'm not going to tell you like I know everything, right? Because I don't. I know you don't. I know I don't. Okay? And, I'm not going to edit this video, take out the bad stuff. If you hear something in the background, you're going to hear it. Because that's how life is, I'm real. Like, I'm honest to you guys, And so, like I just want to talk about just, like, everything, So, like, for example, like, feeling behind at, like, a certain age, Because, like, I know you're in your 20s, you're in your teens, and you feel behind because, like, your friend can have a job, your friend can be doing something else, working on himself. You kind of have no idea what you want to do, right? Like, you kind of want to copy them, and that's a lot with this generation. We are watching social media, like watching this YouTuber, and we're like, oh, this guy's hella funny, I'm gonna be like him. And it's like, why would you want to be like him? Why wouldn't you want to be yourself? Why wouldn't you want someone else to be like you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to train of people to become when you can just have people become like you? And, like, that's the thing, not knowing what you want to do is completely fine, not knowing what you do is normal. Everybody goes through that. Our parents probably went through that. And the thing is, it's not that you don't know what you want to do. It's the bad thing is that you don't do anything to know what you want to do, right? This is my summertime, right? I just graduated high school, and it's like, I have no idea what I want to major in. I have no idea what I want to do. I have no idea. Right? If you were to come up to me and ask me like these bunch of questions, I'll be like, I don't even know my favorite color, and it's like, it's overwhelmingly stressful, and the thing is, the worst thing you can do is just sit at home and do nothing and just be on your phone, go do stuff, go talk to some random ass person, change your reality, play with it a little bit, see where it puts you, see where life puts you. I'm not saying to go talk to like some hobos and stuff and go get yourself killed. I'm telling you, like, if you see someone who's like kind of like living your lifestyle at the gym whenever they want, go talk to them, be like, what you do, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's just their day off, but whatever. At least you met someone new, like, maybe they'll help you, maybe they'll answer you questions, whatever it is, just get out of your comfort zone. And I know that's way easier said than done, me, bro, I could never get out of my comfort zone ever. It's so hard for me, getting out of bed and not going on my phone right away. Because, like, social media, and then, like, not just that, like, you start your day with these little kids who are, like, making 10 grand a month, making 50 grand a month. But it's like, how? And you try to copy them, but you have so many different things to copy. Like, you could do dropshipping, you could do AI marketing, AI this, AI that, right? And you're like, damn, like, if I'm not doing AI, it's just gonna take my job. And it's not. Like, it's not. As long as you get good at it, nobody would have watched Ronaldo or Messi if they weren't good at it. You know what I'm saying? Even if they would have made the Premier League or whatever, right? Nobody would have watched them if they weren't good. Okay? And social media is just like, at the end of the day, it's a business, it wants to grab your attention. It wants to make you feel bad, so you keep going on it, And that's the thing. Like, your phone is so much dopamine, and you get used to it. Like, you wake up, you go on TikTok, you scroll, and you're like, you feel productive because you're seeing these kids be productive, and you're like, damn, I know what to do now. And you never do anything. You go downstairs, go get food, or you keep scrolling, or whatever it is, right? And maybe you hang out with friends, right? You try a little stupid thing and it doesn't work out, so you guys just kind of fuck around, right? And it's not a good way to do it, You're just doom scrolling, pretty much. You're doom scrolling your life away, if you think about it. And I don't know, it's kind of dumb, because why would you do that? Why? And just become the person you want to become, even if it's like one step at a time. Like, if you're overweight and you're not eating something healthy at least one time a day when you're trying to lose weight, you're not going to build the habit of eating healthy stuff every single day from then on. You know what I'm saying? If you don't take that one little step, you're never gonna take the next step. You can't just take the jump and then expect to take the next jump or take the next step. You gotta take those steps even when you think like nothing's gonna happen. And like taking the next step, obviously you could feel judged, right? You could feel scared, and that's so stupid, because judgment, like, why would you care what they think? At the end of the day, it's your life. If they die, they're not gonna be thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna forget you. When you're dying, you're not gonna think about them. Like, bro, just because I fell and ate shit and this guy laughed at me, like, bro, if he dies, he's not gonna remember this. If I die, I'm not gonna remember this. I'm gonna regret not getting back up and trying again and actually finishing that job. You know what I'm saying? Or finishing that trick, finishing that whatever it was. That's the thing I'm gonna regret. I'm not gonna remember him laughing at me no more. I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have got my ass up and I should have finished. At the end of the day, it's not what he thought, it's what I did, what I think, what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? And, maybe I got up and that was the wrong path for me. Maybe that's the reason I died. Or maybe, let's not get that serious. But, maybe it's the wrong path. But, how are you going to know what's the wrong and right path? Like, for example, right? You could have the perfect path for you, the right path. But you're always going to have that portion of you that wanted the other path. And it's like, at the end of the day, you're gonna be in between both crossroads, and it's about which one you chose and stuck to. Just because you have this perfect path and this is the path you want, even if you follow the perfect path and you get what you want, at the end of the day, you're still gonna be here. You're still gonna be here. A version of you is still gonna be there. That wish you continue that on, right? And at the you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you love. If you do art, you can't get a job out of it or whatever, right? You know how they tell you that. But if you truly loved it, you truly did everything in your power to do it, at least you tried. And I know, like, we don't have all the time in the world, but we also don't have all the time in the world to not do what we want. Like, we really need to, like, lock in with ourselves. A lot of people on social media tell you do this, do that, and it's like, bro, let me be myself. I don't want to do what you're telling me to do all the time. And like, they'll sometimes, like, they'll get you whatever, right? And like, this is what pisses me off, right? Like, at the end of the day, this is like my final message to you guys. Like, everything is a business. Everything. Like, you have ChatGPT to tell you what you want to hear. Why do you think it sucks at math? Because if if you tell it 2 + 2 = 5, it'll tell you 2 + 2 = 5, because that's what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? AI would rather talk to you because over time, so you would buy its subscription, because at the end of the day, it's just a business. You know what I'm saying? So is TikTok. The people that post on TikTok saying they're just trying to help you buy their course, it's a free course, whatever it is, right? At the end of the day, you're the buy, like, you're the one buying with your time, with your whatever, your effort, your growth. Like, at the end of the day, you're still the one, giving to them, while they're giving you either nothing or just misinformation or just basic information that you could have found yourself. And you see, and that's what pisses me off. Everything is a business. I'm a business. I'm giving you this video and hoping like a bunch of people watch this to change their lives. But at the end of the day, like, if like, I don't know how this YouTube monetization works, nor do I care, but let's say I somehow get monetized from this one video or something, right? I make money. Like, it's a business. Everything is a business, and that's how life is, and that sucks. That's the reality of it. And like, some people tell me, like, this one person has told me, right? Oh shit. Okay, this one person has told me, right? They told me, I think I wrote it down, let me check. A dead son is better than a failed son. I don't know what they meant by that, to be honest, but what I interpreted as, like, I would rather have my son fail 100 times and then succeed at one thing, because, like, who's gonna know about what he failed at? Like, you don't even know what I failed at. Like, you don't even know what I have tried in my life and failed at. And it's better to have a son who failed and gave up. I mean, it's better to, I guess, in a way, it's better to have a dead son than one who just gave up. You'd rather have a son who died successfully Because at the end of the day, the best thing that could happen to them is that they're grateful. Imagine your kid, right, is died at a young age, which is super unfortunate. Like death, like it really hits me. But let's say he died at a young age, and he's grateful for what you did. Like, let's say you were rich, you made something, and he was grateful he got to live his life. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I see the quote, right? And another one is, the choice you make is the rent you pay tomorrow. So like, if you don't get up and try anything right now, or tomorrow, today, right now, at the end of the day, tomorrow, like, that habit is gonna build, those small little things. And like, bro, like, if there's one thing I want you to stick with, bro, at the end of the day, everything's a business, right? You're gonna have ChatGPT ads, you're gonna have ChatGPT trying to get you hooked, trying to buy their subscription. Bro, everything is AI, like, ads, everything is, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? Like, bro, this Sharpie, they want me to buy more, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, everything, think about it. I just want you to think about it. So, if you guys ever need to reach out to someone, talk to someone, just rant, vent to someone, bro, just reach out to me, leave it in the comments or something. I'll give you my info. I don't care. Like, I don't even know if anybody will watch this till the end. So, yeah, you know what, bro, I don't know. Peace.